Hey everybody, welcome to the menu creation. In this video, we're going to create the menus that you'll see at the top and bottom of the fiction and nonfiction websites, and really all the different websites that you see online today that all have top menu with all these different pages, and most of all of them will have a footer menu with different pages. So we're going to create these two pages. The first thing we're going to do is log into our WordPress site. So here I'm going on my dashboard to my WordPress site, and I'm going to show you how to create the menus. You actually need to create the pages first. Now what we're going to do is create the shells of each page. We're not actually going to go into detail of the pages. We haven't even installed the Divi theme yet, but we want to get your WordPress ready without the Divi theme and all the extra stuff that Divi theme has. So it's just easier to create some of the pages and some of the information on the WordPress dashboard before you actually add the theme. So we're going to do that here, and it won't take us long to do it all. So to begin, we need to create pages. Let's go over here and click Add New. Now every website has a home page, so that's going to be one of the first pages we create as home. Now we're going to create anything in this. We're not going to create anything in this page. It's just going to be a shell page. We'll build these out later, but we just want to create the location for this home page so we can create the menu. So once you type in the word home, type publish, and now that page is published and it can be seen. Just update, which means everyone in the world can see it. However, it doesn't matter because there's not going to be anything on it. We'll create the awesomeness later. For now, just create some new pages. So click Add New. We want to create a books page. Click Publish. And we're going to scroll back over to add Create an About page. And click Publish. Scroll back to the left to create For Fans page. And don't forget to click Publish. Back over to the left, we're going to create a blog page. Even if you're not going to blog, you may want to consider creating a blog page. Just so you have it, you may need to blog later. I shouldn't say most, but many nonfiction authors blog. Most fiction authors do not. We'll get into that later. Scroll over to Add New and create a contact page. We want people to be able to contact you. Scroll over to Add a New page. This one is going to be Terms of Use, and then click Publish. Couple more pages. We want to create a privacy page, and then click Publish. And we want to create a news and events page. Last page you may or may not use. If you're a nonfiction author, you would use this. A resource page. If you're a fiction author, you can skip the resource page. It's usually not required or not something people really want to read or see. Okay, now that you have all of our pages, we want to actually create the two menus. So to do that, we're going to scroll over to the where are we scrolling? Wait, I'm going a little slow. Appearance, and then click on Menus. So there you see, and then we're going to create the two menus here. Are the pages we just recently created, and we want to use those two to populate the menu. So we're going to create the top menu and the footer menu. So let's begin with the top menu. Click on Create Menu. Now we want to populate the top menu and add all the information or all the pages that we think are the most important, because we want those at the top. So for example, we want the home page, the books page, the fans page, the news and events page, and click Add to Menu. Okay. All right. And now we've added those to the top of our menu, but we want to organize them a little bit. So let's click on Home and drag it to the top, and then click on Books and drag it below Home. and click on fans for fans and drag it there. So now we have those in order. When we see it on the website, on the top will be the home, books for fans, and news and events in order. And now we want to add it as a top menu. So one of the things that we can do is click here, top menu, scroll over to the right and click save menu, okay? Now now we have a top menu created. Now we're going to create the footer menu. So to do that, click create a new menu, and let's name it footer menu, and click create menu. So that's we did like we did with the top menu. We want to add pages to the footer menu. Now we want to make this convenient for readers, so they want to be able to get certain places, and one of the places they want to get to is our home page. So let's make sure we add that, and we're going to want to know, they want to know a little bit more about the author. So let's add the about page on the bottom, and depending on if you're going to blog or not, you'll want to add that blog to the bottom. Now you may want to highlight it. If you're a nonfiction author and you want to highlight your blog, you may want to add it to the top, but I think most nonfiction authors have it in their footer menu, and the fiction authors have a tendency to not blog because there isn't really a whole lot to blog about, so they don't usually use a blog page, and it's not totally necessary. But let's add it to the bottom of our menu here so we can just have it, our contact page, terms of use, privacy policy, and resources. So if you're a nonfiction author, resources again is a popular page. Now we'll click add to menu, and just like that, we have a top menu, and we want to kind of organize it just a little bit. So we're going to start dragging and dropping contact, resources, privacy policy, and terms of use right there. Then click save the menu. Now we have our menus created. We have a top menu already in place because we clicked this button earlier. So now now that we have a top menu on our page, we don't have the option for the bottom footer menu. So what we'll need to do is a widget to create the footer menu. So what we do is going to scroll down to the left, click widgets. Okay, here available are our widgets. And for our WordPress site, once you add the theme, there will be a lot more. But the basic WordPress site is what they give us, and what you're going to be using as the custom menu widget. And we're going to drag the widget over to either the footer one, which is on the bottom left side of the website, or footer two, which is on the bottom right side. So scroll through custom menu, click on it, and hold it down. I'm going to bring it over to a footer 2 and release, and now to get the option to select menu. We want to select to put here the menu and click save. Now we should have our website, both the top and the bottom, and the footers. So let's look and scroll. Okay, scroll over the website. You can see the blog. Okay, here's the main page. This is what we see on the website currently looks like to the world. This is the header, and here's on the top menu, we've created the course by way of this header. We're going to change all of that when we change our home page, so don't worry about all that kind of stuff. We're going to get to that, but we're just looking at menus here at the top menu, and scroll down, and here's the bottom menu that we created, and that's the menus on WordPress. So let's move on.